What's up everybody, my name is Brian. Today I'll be cooking a dish all the way from Argentina. Alright, so the reason why I chose Argentina is because it's somewhere I've always wanted to travel to experience the country's cultures and beautiful landscapes would be so amazing to do. Alright, so since I can't fly all the way to Argentina right now, I'm gonna bring a piece of Argentina to right here in this apartment. And I'm gonna do it with my special guest, Justin! Alright, so Justin may not be in this class, but he's a big foodie and he's letting me use his apartment. You might be wondering what we're going to be cooking today. Well, today we'll be cooking empanadas, which has origins in Argentina.
The empanadas' ancestor was made in Galicia, Spain. Then Spanish immigrants arrived in Argentina to make the empanada we know today. Empanadas are not just exclusive to Argentina. Empanadas are popular all over Latin America and a lot more countries, including the Philippines.
Alright, to put this food into perspective, empanadas are seen as the same way we see hamburgers. A fun, family-friendly dish that has many variations. And these are the ingredients. You'll need 6 eggs, onion powder, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, salt and pepper, a pound of beef, 3/4 cup of butter, 2/3 cup of water, and then you're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour.
To begin, mix the flour and salt together in a large bowl. Then mix in the butter and proceed to mix the ingredients with your hands. In a separate container, mix the eggs, vinegar, and water. Then slowly pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients while mixing it. We definitely put in the wet ingredients in way too fast, because after mixing what felt like forever, the mixture was still very sticky and gloopy. So we had to have the house cook sub in for us. We had to put a lot more flour in the mix because it was that sticky. After kneading the dough to the right consistency, put the dough in a covered container and let sit for 1 hour. During this wait, we started boiling the eggs to be later used in the filling. After 1 hour has passed, flour your surface and begin to roll out the dough. Then cut your dough into 4 to 6 inch circles. At this time, we began to cook the pound of beef to be used as filling. Be sure to add the onion powder while the beef is cooking. Then cook the beef until it's all light brown. We were ready to mix the meat and the eggs together, but after cracking the first egg, we found that all the eggs were raw. After mourning the loss of 4 chickens, we had to boil more eggs, which ate up a lot of time. But thankfully, our second batch of eggs turned out a-okay. After deshelling your eggs, begin to cut them into little pieces. After mixing the eggs and meat, you can start to add the stuffing. Carefully fold over the dough and close the sides. Then grab a fork to close the sides, giving it that empanada look. Place them in the oven for 15 minutes at 375 degrees. It's also very important to know that empanadas are very big in Argentinian culture. They are a food staple of daily life. This is because this food is very versatile. It can be used for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even dessert based on the filling used. And they can even fit in your pocket. Once they're golden brown, take them out of the oven and give yourself a pat on the back. You just made Argentinian empanadas.
This is what it's supposed to look like. It's unique. It's unique. Yo, I'm not even baking that either.
Sadly, our empanadas turned out disastrous. They tasted very dry and something about the filling wasn't so right. It was probably because we left the meat sitting out for too long while the second batch of eggs was cooking. We had fun making the dish and listening to tango music, but turns out we're no empanada chefs at all.
Alright guys, so as you can see, this was a total fail. And it was my first time making empanadas, but it's definitely my last. So yeah, there's nothing much more to say. Thank you so much for watching though, and catch you later.